A little over a year ago, Robbie told me something that no mother wants to hear. That he had sexual urges towards his siblings as well as other children.
What's up, boys? Welcome back. So I was on the phone last night with one of my homies, and we agreed that before I hit 100 subs, which will probably happen within the next 2-ish weeks, we agreed that I need to get a name for y'all boys. If y'all have any ideas, make sure you drop a comment. Anyways, on another note, instead of reacting to the usual Roblox cringe, we're doing a Dr. Phil episode.
You're ugly, you're disgusting, I'm gonna kill you, give me $200.
Today, this Dr. Phil episode is on a 15-year-old boy who wants to engage in special fun time with little boys and his siblings. It's really weird. You know, he kind of reminds me of somebody. I'm not naming names though.
He said that the only reason he hadn't offended them was because they were going to tell.
I mean, right off the bat, I'm already getting EDP vibes. This gotta be like EDP's like white nephew or something. It's gotta be some kind of descendant here.
But he also said that if he could offend them, he would force them to, and if it took it, he would tape their mouth shut and keep them quiet.
Yeah, I think I changed my mind. This is way beyond EDP territory. This is getting into like Calixto territory. This is so something Calixto would do, bro. He likes children. I feel like this is the kind of kid who like posts like pictures on his story on Snap of him with like that dog filter with the ears and the tongue. He's like, hey, what's up, shawties?
I'm sorry, this is hard. When I heard Robbie say that, I felt scared, concerned, overwhelmed.
This kid's a real menace to society, bro. This is that kid who always wore black Air Forces before they became cringe to wear. I think they need to put him back on YouTube, kid. He's been watching too much of those feminists on YouTube.
It was just such a shock that I didn't know how to deal with it. I was wondering where these urges came from. Why suddenly he would start feeling that way?
You know, I actually specialize in this as a doctor who went to college for 26 years. I actually am very certified in this. I diagnosed him with Alboza disease. It's actually genetic. My prescription would be put him on Andrew Tate for about a month. That'll fix him up really good.
We put a safety plan in place. That included installing locks on the kids' bedroom doors so that they could lock themselves in at night. Robbie was no longer allowed to be unsupervised. He was supervised 24/7 by either myself or my husband. Robbie was no longer allowed to hang out with his siblings nor any other children.
I know this shouldn't be funny, but what if we were to lock him in a room with his siblings for 24 hours and maybe some extra children just to make it more interesting? And then we made bets on who gets the stepbro 4,000 first and who can last the longest, bro. We can make it like a sport.
There were many times I had to take Robbie to work with me so that he could be supervised during the daytime.
I was doing everything I could to get him into that treatment facility.
In spite of everything we put in place, we were faced with a new challenge, which was...
Robbie came home from school and he said that if we didn't get him help that day, that he was going to rape one of his siblings.
Dang, bro, this kid's fruity as hell. If I was this kid's dad, I would send him to prison where he can get as much stepbro 4,000 as he wants. All you gotta do is drop the soap.
He told me that despite there being locks on the doors, that he felt like he would find a way to get to them.
I was blindsided with what he had said. We had no other choice than to remove him from the house.
I'm still trying to figure out why he would tell them before he does it. Oh yeah, 911, I'm gonna give my little brother the asshole destroyer 4,000 tonight, just so you guys know. Like, bro, did your boys not ever teach you anything over Call of Duty? It's not illegal if you don't get caught.
So we took him straight to the hospital.
It was tough. It was very hard to make the decision to have to, what felt like, get rid of my son.
We left him at the hospital and he never came home.
Imagine him as an adult explaining to his kids why they never met their grandparents. Hey dad, why do we never meet grandpa and grandma? Oh yeah, son, that's a long story. So when I was a kid, they sent me to a mental hospital for the rest of my life because I had a crush on my brothers. But you know what? Boys will be boys though. It's okay.
Well, Kristen and Rick say that since Robbie has been in treatment, they've learned just how dangerous the situation really is.
For the past year, Robbie's been in treatment for children with sexual maladaptive behaviors.
I can already tell this kid's a menace. He's a band kid and he has a buzz cut. Man's for real rocking the buzz cut though, not gonna lie. He definitely likes young boys, I'm not gonna lie. You can just tell.
Since Robbie's been in treatment, we've learned so many more things, and the fear I had prior has been heightened by a million. One of the shocking things that I found out is that Robbie prefers little boys ages 5 and under.
Hey, 5e. Yeah, no, that was just me coughing, guys. I wasn't like, you know. But on a serious note, this guy's hella fruity, bro. He's definitely been watching James Charles makeup tutorials or something, bro. They need to get him back on the YouTube Kids, bro.
In one of his psychological reports, we found out that he was interested in S&M. His sexual fantasies are so strong that it keeps him awake at night, and it's all he can think about. In his psychological assessment, Robbie has admitted to being aroused by 27 different violent scenarios, most of them involving young boys.
Hey, shout out to the editor though for adding young boys, emphasis on young and boys. Because clearly we couldn't hear what she said, so they had to type it out just because, you know, because we have no idea what the video's on. The whole video isn't on this topic at all.
Robbie has told me that acting on his impulses would make him feel extremely powerful, and he likes the idea of being in control, and victims will just get over things. Robbie does not understand or believe that consent is appropriate.
You know, this would be the part where I'm bullying somebody's face over a Roblox cringe video, but instead, I kind of feel bad for the parents right now. It's kind of their fault because they didn't put them on Andrew Tate sooner, though.
Robbie told me that he would find a victim. He would find a way to keep them quiet. It didn't matter if he had to tape their mouth shut or hold them down, that he would find a way. And that's really scary.
Now that he's still expressing those desires, there's no chance of him coming back to the house when he's released. That's non-negotiable. He just can't.
This kid's for the streets, bro. When he grows up, he wants to be a Discord mod who sells feet pics on Feet Finder on the side.
Okay, Kristen, Rick, I'm glad you guys are here. I wish we were talking about something else. Almost anything else, right? I mean, This is a tough situation.
Hey, it's Daddy Phil. He's my second favorite bald man. Of course, first favorite's Top G. Second favorite's Daddy Phil.
You said that it was really hard to say the words son and pedophile together.
I'm not sure why, but they decided to end their video here, so I'm gonna have to end mine here too. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I've been getting a lot of support on this channel recently, and I really appreciate y'all for that. I always hope you guys have a good rest of your day. See you guys. Subscribe.